Welcome to another edition of Great British Churches, and today we're at St Peter's Church in Levington, which is near Ipswich. Let's have a look. Oh, what we got here? We've got notifications. We've got to have a look at the notifications. Enjoy a walk round the churchyard. It's heavenly. And please don't allow your dog to foul the churchyard.
Oh, the plaque on the gate.
The plaque on the gate. This gate was given by the Levington Flower Show in 1986. 1988 even. It's done well. Right, this is a very well tended little churchyard, and unusual in the modern times because there's a saying that every church had a pub next door, and this one still does. You can just see the brollies over there. I'm going to try and get a picture of the tower.
Now the tower is, it was built towards the end of the 15th century, so you can see that it does have a Tudor-like appearance to it.
It is.
You know, you've got mullioned windows and all sorts going on there.
Across
And
St
it's
George.
not a very tall tower either.
It is an odd, what do you reckon, 20, 50 feet tall maybe, if that?
It's not as tall as some that we've been to, but it's a very well kept churchyard.
And if we can see, we've got the river Orwell down there. We're either side of the river today. If we look,
if people have looked at our other video of Shotley Church,
it's somewhere over there in them trees.
yeah.
And
So you can see that this is really just a stone's throw away. And we've went to St Martin's Nacton this morning, earlier today.
Yeah.
And this is what, a mile away from that?
If that, yeah, if a mile.
Yeah, so it really is, you know, there's a lot of churches in this area very close together.
Let's go around and have a look. There doesn't seem to be very many modern graves in here, so I'm always wary of filming those because I don't think it's respectful to film a modern grave. And some of these are here a couple of 100 years old. We have, of course, as in every village in this country, a war memorial. This one's from the First World War, 1914-18.
And 1939-45.
That's it, the Second World War.
So you had three people from here, Richard Henry Bull, Alfred John Shepherd and Leonard John Fryatt, 39-45 war. And then you've got an awful lot of men who gave up their lives, and they're written all the way around this.
And this is a tiny village as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so you've got Charles Markham, Robert Pipe, Frederick Charles Took, George Edward Marwan, Walno, Gordon Morris Bartram, Cecil John Birch, Harold Bolton, Frederick William Bugg. I don't know if there's anybody around the other side.
There probably is. You see, this village is probably in the day. It had, no, yeah, there is. There's more.
Who are they?
Edward Albert Cowie, William Cowie, Harry Cracknell. Cracknell's a local name.
Henry Cracknell. Albert William
Garrett.
Yeah, I knew somebody called Garrett.
This is, and when you think about it, this village probably only had about 500 people.
Yeah.
They say in the First World War, all of the Suffolk villages, you won't find a family that wasn't affected and had a loss during the First World War.
Look at that window there.
Just going to have a look. Isn't that gorgeous?
Just beautiful. I know it's more modern to the church, but that is just a beautiful window.
This is, let's just have a look round at the church.
I think we have to go in via the west door on this
We do.
Look at the size of those buttresses.
It's incredible, isn't it? It's a, how old is this church, Mel?
Well, there's been a church here for a very long time. So like there's a west doorway in the tower over there, and that's probably salvaged from a previous church.
Yes.
But it certainly dates to 15th century at the very least. But then you've got 14th century windows here as well.
I'm just going to keep the camera around this way because there's a beer garden here. You are struggling with us here in the English summertime. It's July and there's people out there enjoying a pint and something to eat. Gorgeous little window there, very 15th century, isn't it? We could sit out there and oh, you're going to treat us?
No, you are.
Oh, I'm treating apparently. Let's have a look at the cemetery. Very well tended. I mean, it's like a little cottage, isn't it, almost, this church? It's incredible.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
So you're probably talking 13th century.
Oh, this is a Saxon church before.
Yeah.
It's just been added and added.
So we've got this darling little doorway that's been blocked up, and it's had some sort of moulding around there that's been replaced.
Yeah. See that? Look. That's the right side is newish.
Then you look at that piece of wood there, that's not been put in yesterday.
No, that's been there a long, long time.
This
Look
church
at the
is a
tower.
lot older than you realise.
I think it is. I think this is a Saxon church.
Yeah.
It's the footprint and the size is.
None of my
Let's have a look round.
research is sort of giving me a thing. Normally I can find this was built around 1300 or it's 13th century, something like that. But I've not found anything. It just talks about 14th century windows, 15th century tower.
Here we go. Look at how the paths and everything here. It's just so beautifully tended.
It is.
And the always got the floodlights, because at night, if you're driving over there about a mile away the other side of the river, you can see this. Let's go in. I still don't know if there's anyone here or not. Let's have a look.
We've got headstops here, Paul.
Oh, I'm going to reverse.
And normally you can sort of tell how old a church is by the headstops, and they're quite worn.
Quite well. That's a 15th century doorway though, isn't it?
It's 14th century.
14th?
Yeah. I believe.
Let's go in. Lovely little brick
Yeah,
floor.
it could be 15th century.
Would have been a very simple little church. Still is. Oh my word.
Isn't it strange to come into church through the tower?
That is, yeah, we have. We've just come in. We're actually I'm standing underneath the tower now. If you can see, there's the stairway that goes up to the bell tower. And there's the bell ropes. And I'm not going to pull them.
No, because you're going to get in trouble. Now look at that
Even
front
a little model of the church there. Yes, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Did you notice when we walked in, the lights turned on?
Yeah.
That's cracking.
It's a tiny little church, isn't it?
Oh, let's have a look. What are we, 50, 60 feet? Beautiful original wooden ceiling there.
Now, if I get up here, yes.
What?
Right, now, if you turn round.
All right, I'm turning round.
In 1958,
Where am I looking? Oh, yes, I didn't
they
see.
put in an organ gallery.
How's that? Yeah.
So those steps, that ladder
there.
takes you up to the organ gallery.
Do you know what it reminds me of? We're on the edge of the river here, and there's a lot of boat yards. In fact, we've got Levington Creek down there, which is an old place. It's an old smuggler's place down there.
Yes.
And it does remind me very much of a ship.
Yeah.
You look, there's the inside of that doorway we saw from outside in the churchyard.
Yeah. Oh, look at this little door here. Exit via vestry.
Oh.
Now
That's
you just
handy.
have a look how these walls angle outwards.
They are crazy.
This church is a lot older.
Yeah.
I would say it was built in the
13th century. It's got to be. And look, we've still got, and I know from, because I have read the blurb, if we can see that big metal rod in there, there's a tie rod, that's another thing. We've found those in churches and church buildings before, and that's what they put to hold the walls from bowing out. If you can see, they turn that buckle in the middle there, and that keeps it nice and tight. But
that's probably what that piece of wood is that we saw on the outside is for.
For is to hold that and brace that.
Yeah. Spread
the load.
Yeah.
Because we know that piece of wood up there. Do you want me to talk about it? Because I did read about it.
Okay.
It's my favourite. That bit of carved wood there is remnants, and it's still in the same place as the original rood screen. So up the top there would have been a cross in the middle there. If we have
I do know there's a rood screen here.
Because it's in your research. But if we look, we've got steps up. So this up here would have been the chancel.
Yes.
The chancel. Oh, look at that, lovely.
The name is where you sit, and the chancel is where
it's gorgeous. The windows. Look at those little windows. It's just like a little diddy cottage, isn't it?
But look how thick the walls are.
They are. They're 3-4 feet thick, at least. And
this church has got a real age to it.
it has.
And just look at screening around the sanctuary.
There is. What sort of period? I think we're looking at sort of Stuart.
Well, we've got Stuart pulpit.
Yep. Stuart pulpit. There it is. It's similar style. The carving looks very similar. Let's have a look. So if we think where the Stuarts are, what sort of period are we talking about now?
The Stuarts, 1600s. I can't remember when Elizabeth I died.
Elizabeth I. Who was monarch after Elizabeth I?
James I.
So you got James I and James VI of Scotland as the same guy.
Yeah, he was the start of the
Stuart dynasty. Finished
think.
with Charles II, what, about a century later?
I'm trying to think when I'm not very good on Elizabeth. Henry VIII, yeah.
Yeah.
Henry VIII died in 1547. Edward the Second reigned from 1547 to 1553. 1556, married the first. 56.
I think Elizabeth.
1603.
1603. So
I think.
So we're looking at 17th century wood panelling in here. Just look at the carving up there, and this is the rear of the rood beam.
But this panelling here is newer. This is not Stuart. It's newer.
It's newer than that. Okay, let's turn around again and have a look at it.
Yeah, I don't think it's got great age to it. It's probably 18th, maybe 19th, possibly 20th century Victorian.
All right, yeah. Actually, looking at those doobies at the top there.
There's 17th century panelling that actually came from Brightwell Hall.
Ah, right, there you go. Oh, so we weren't wrong in the first place here.
Brightwell Hall was demolished in 1753, and it was owned by Samuel Barneston.
That's a name we keep cropping up, doesn't it?
It is. Barneston is prolific in Kedgington, and there's also a village called Barneston.
That's true.
So they're obviously a big family that would sort of occupy East Anglia at some point, or a particular suburb.
Gorgeous pews. They're they're 18th century, I'm guessing. Oh, hello, the lights are gone off. They're going to lock us in. We'll have nothing to eat except half a Mars bar and a mouse.
Now, the font is 15th century.
I can see that.
Okay, now it's got Tudor roses and shields.
They are. There we go. Tudor.
And then we have to get you to do the thing.
Do what thing?
Walk around it.
Walk around it. Right, I'm going to go left first of all.
Go to west.
West. That's that way.
That way, where the town is.
Oh, hello. I'll turn the lights on again.
Right. West is the shield, East Anglia or Ely.
That is the Ely Dionysus. Yeah, I've got that.
Right, and if you go east, which is opposite to west, well, we'll do
hang on.
south first. Is it south that side?
Yep. I'm in.
For Sir William Brandon.
Oh, yeah, Brandon, Earl of Suffolk.
Charles Brandon was Earl of Suffolk.
Who's William then?
It could be a...
You had the DIY shop, right.
He could have been a descendant. I don't know who he is.
Another Tudor rose. And what's the one up the end here? Look,
It might be Sir William who actually gave the font.
Oh, hang on. I'm having a job looking at that. Because we got the washing line back, by the way.
Yeah, we didn't have that for Acton, did we?
No, we didn't. And we need it back. My pants are dry.
Right, now, I will give you a test.
Right.
What shield is that?
Well, it's got 3 ravens on it.
Yeah.
I know this one. I'll give up.
So Edward the Confessor.
Edward the Confessor. Oh, fair enough.
Okay, now if you come back to the last one, the south one.
All right, I'm coming back.
No, it's the north one, sorry. We've done the south one, haven't we? No,
Yeah.
that's the second.
That's this. Right, okay. Right, I'm coming this way. Big heavy. That's wooden, that is.
This one is for John Garnon. Now, he's the grandson of the builder of the Trinity St Mary Tower.
Ah!
And he's also son-in-law of Sir William, the one on the other side.
On the other side.
And he probably gave the font.
That's it.
So that's that.
What's that all chiselled out of there for, I wonder?
I don't know. It's had a bit of damage done
It's
to it.
had some lumps out of it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
That's not had all the shields and stuff messed about, which we also often
This is it's just a very simple cover. It's obviously got the oaky shaped panels and pocketed finial, which is that bit up the top there, and it's a very good 19th century reproduction.
That's very good. I've still got a clothes peg on the washing line, right?
Right, the original south doorway, that one there.
Oh, I'm coming round, spinning round.
They think was built around like 1300, so we were right.
We were right in our thoughts.
On this, especially this side of the church. I would imagine this side was built first, and then that side was obviously redone at some point. Might have been extended, whatever. So I don't know what that knobble is in that wall was for.
There's not one on the other side because there's a window.
Might be to put a statue on it.
Could have probably, yeah. There's no niches in here, is there? There's no niches. I haven't seen a piscina.
There could be one behind that panel.
I reckon to find the niches and piscinas and stuff there.
Yeah.
Because there's no water stoop. The water stoop is a money box on here. But
yeah.
I think we've done this one. It's so tiny.
It is.
It's just like, it's not much more than the chapel really, is it?
No, it isn't.
Have we got our exit through the other door?
I think we can go out that door. I'm not really sure.
No. Okay, well, shall we head on to the next one? I just think that's amazing that timber and those roof timbers have survived all these hundreds of years.
About the pulpit, because that pulpit looks quite old. It's probably as old as the panelling. It's probably 17th century as well.
You said it was Stuart.
Did I say it was Stuart?
Yeah, you said it was Stuart.
I'll tell you, my brain is like glued today.
It's a lot because you do a lot of research before we come to any of these churches. We don't just go, oh, there's a church, and we show up.
We don't make it up as we go along. Well, I don't, you do.
Let's have a look. What's behind the blue curtain?
That's going to be the vestry.
This is the vestry. Let's have a look. Oh yes, I see.
Right, I just need to tell you something.
Yep, let's come back out. I'm being attacked by a fly.
In an arch of a sanctuary window somewhere. One of the bells was made by John Kebble's foundry in London.
Yeah. And
it dates from the 15th century.
Let's go and have a look. We never get into bell towers because if you look, there's the only bells
I can think we could see are the ones at Burgold.
And that's because they're on the ground.
Yeah, and that's an unusual arrangement there, isn't it?
And Mel, every time I hold one of these things, she thinks I'm going to go, please ring the bell to subscribe.
And that's what you want to do.
I want to do. Oh, there we go. Money box in the wall. There you can see there. That's would probably been the water stoop, I'm guessing. Right. Let's head out into the British summertime. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? You want to read it, don't you? It's gorgeous. If you're watching in the Falkland Islands, this is the summertime.
They get the summer either.
They get it the opposite that we do. They're the Southern Hemisphere.
So they get a summer at Christmas.
Yep, they do. Christmas.
And they get snow.
Yeah, that's why if you work in
they get summer and penguins.
They get, that's it, yeah, they do. And it's still cold enough for them to keep the wrappers on. Right, if you've liked this video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, thanks for joining us on Great British Churches.